Hey folks, it's me, Sarah Kate Hicks or Sarma Kate Million, either one works. I'm just here to give you an introduction overview of my new series coming out. I've been talking about it with some of you, and a few of you have been kind of asking and waiting on it. But the new series that I'm going to be releasing is called 34th Degree SlipForm Masonry, Human Rite, and it is all about reaching your highest potential as a human, and it's about harmonizing your human vessel. It's about powering your perception with your frequency, and it's also about redesigning your reality. So I'll go over a few things real quick, but this is just the intro. So our human vessel is made up of many devices. So in order to reach your highest potential, you have to harmonize these devices. We have a left hemisphere, we have a right hemisphere that is our connection to the divine. Our left is our individuality. We have a human spirit, and we also have a magnetic shell around this human spirit. So in order to start perceiving your surroundings to the best of your ability, which will cause you to see omnipotence, you have to harmonize these things, and that's what I'm going to teach you how to do. Now, another thing that we're going to work on in this series is recreating your reality. So in order to recreate reality, you're going to have to recreate your own reality. So it doesn't matter what other people perceive. All that matters to recreate reality is what you are perceiving. So we're going to learn how to reprogram our perceptions in order to perceive everything around us as good. Everything can work for spirit enhancement in your vessel to raise your frequency. And you can raise your frequency to a place of constant euphoria, perceiving omnipotence, and enlightenment. And that's what this is all about. I've chosen to call it 34th Degree SlipForm Masonry. One, because I really like 34. 3 plus 4 is 7, and that's a good thing. 34 is a nice degree. And I also like the SlipForm Masonry. It's a type of stonework done. Because if we're going to get out of this shit, people, you're going to have to slip around the walls. Because we are entrapped in a magnetic force field within our vessel. Okay? So we're going to talk about all of this, how to get out of it. I'm going to use mystic terms, scientific terms, economic terms. I'm going to use as many forms of expression as I possibly can for everybody to be able to understand. Now, the things that I've talked about are each going to be their own video. So we'll probably have 5 or 6 one-hour videos by the time this is all over with. But at the end of it, I'm hoping that you will be able to perceive all of your surroundings as nothing but positive. Even when bad things come your way, there's a way to see it as positive, because if you think as an individual, then yes, this might be a bad thing happening to you, but if you look at it as a collective, you may be a part of the collective that needs this experience in order to upgrade the human experience for everybody else. So that's a pretty powerful, magical thing. So we're going to learn how to look at things in a better way so that they're not so traumatic, because the whole world seems to be traumatized, and we need to get out of this. Another thing we're going to talk about, we are going to also work on perceiving omnipotence, and in order to do that, you're going to have to habitually think loving thoughts. So I'll teach you how to do that too. We're creatures of habit, but we are within layers and layers and layers of devices. So in order to get to the next device, you've got to master the first one, which is your left hemisphere and your ego. So in order to master that, you've got to retrain it. Then you get to your right hemisphere that communicates with your spirit. Well, it can't communicate with the spirit that's entrapped in a karmic magnetic force field. So we're gonna have to do some karma balancing. Okay, and I'm gonna try to touch all these things, and also kind of reference different philosophies, religions, belief systems, so that you can see that everyone is really all saying the same thing. They're just using different expressions. So there's no reason to think one thing is right or one thing is wrong. It's all what possibility works for you to make you a better person. Now, another thing we're going to focus on is virtues, 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 virtues. Living a life of virtue is a key to cleansing your spirit. And there are a lot of teachings out there on virtue. Virtues are the best way to cleanse your spirit. Acts of kindness. Can't take and not give back. We're going to focus on that too. So, I guess you could say this is a spiritual teaching, but it's really reaching your highest potential in order to raise your frequency. Now, you have free will. You can choose to lower your frequency if you decide. You'll lower it into a place of where there is no perception. You'll be stuck in dark matter. Or you can raise your frequency to perceive omnipotence and be free, which is where I'm going. So if you'd like to join me, I'd love having you. Okay, I'll start my videos next week. I'll try to do one a week. Can't make any promises, but that is my goal now. I may do one every 2 weeks. I'll do the best I can because I'm busy with a lot of things, but I really want to share some of this information that has worked for me in many different expressions, so hopefully it can work for somebody else. And I know that some of the other videos that I've released have definitely worked for a few of you because I've gotten a lot of really good response. So I love feedback. I don't like problems, so I'm a solutions expert, and I think if we all work together, we can find a solution for everybody to get out of this reincarnation like merry-go-round. So anyway, looking forward to you guys, and I will see you next week. Peace.